And welcome back to another edition of the Screen Team on this beautiful Saturday evening, right here on today's Talk 930 KWOC and 93.3 FM. We've got a great show for you today. We've got an old friend who we haven't seen in quite a long time. We'd like to welcome back Jamie to the show. Jamie, how are you doing?
How rude.
Where should I begin? No. I'm doing good.
How rude.
Tonica, good to see you, man. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Yep.
It's very, very good to see you. I know you've been busy doing a lot of different activities, and we're glad to have you back on the Screen Team. What do you have for us this evening? Because I know that you have made our selections tonight.
Yes. There was a reason why I chose the ones I did, because I did Mad Max and then Serenity, but you can't have Serenity without them making the original Mad Max. So,
okay.
And there's a lot of parallels between the two. If you watch both of them, you'll see a lot of the parallels. But
so how does Bottle Shock fit in this?
I love wine.
Okay,
it's Chris Pine. It's wine. That's
so
how
wine,
that fits.
Chris Pine,
Yes.
and science fiction.
Yes. That's
All right.
the story of my life.
Let's get right to it. Sound good?
Yes.
All right, let's get into it. Our first movie is Serenity. This film came out 10 years ago. Back in 2005. It's a space western film written and directed by Josh Whedon, and this is
Joss.
What did I say?
You said Josh.
Can I just call him?
Yeah,
can I just call him Josh?
Oh, he'll correct you in person.
Yeah.
Will he really?
Yes, he will.
Really? So I'm not the only one who's done it.
Right.
All right.
That's awesome.
Joss. Joss.
I don't feel so bad now. Look at that. All right, so it's Joss.
Joss.
Yes.
Man, why don't we just call him Josh? It's so much easier. All right, so he did this TV show called Firefly back in 2002, and this is kind of the same characters, right? But a different story, right? All right, so tell us about Serenity.
Well, they were going on Firefly. They were going to do the week the one season. The second season, they had to put it all into the movie because there were so many people that it had such a cult following, and they canceled it.
It was on Fox, right?
Yeah.
Was it on Fox?
Yeah, and they ended up canceling it, and there were so many people, like, my late husband and I, we went out to, like, conventions, and then we were carrying signs, and we wanted them to bring it back.
Yeah.
We were writing letters, because there was a whole brown coat following that did all this.
Wow.
And then they made the movie, and it was actually the first movie that Joss made, and I think he did it with a certain, I don't know, it was that new filming that they did, for action films or whatever. And it's a new film that he made, and that was risky for him to do because, they said that was going to go out. Now everybody started using it. So
were you?
I remember that.
Were you in the same boat as Tonica? Were you a big brown coat fan? Did you pick it?
No.
Oh.
That's the funny thing. I saw the movie before I saw the series.
Oh, okay.
I was aware of Joss's work because of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and some other things. He's involved with all the Marvel comic movies and things like that. But before then, he was always, I guess, classified as a nerd that did well.
Yeah.
Because of Firefly and things like that. And I didn't see the Serenity until probably it had been out a couple of years, actually, and then went back and watched the series. So.
All right, Tonica. So what's the basis of the Serenity movie? What's the basic plot we got going on?
We have one girl who is River Tam, and she is a psychic. And when she was young, that she went into a school that the Alliance wanted her, was doing testing on her and everything else. But it's supposed to be this great school that she went to. And then her brother, who was this famous doctor, wanted to get her out of it because he knew that they were mistreating her and the things that they were testing on her. So at the very beginning of the movie, that's what you're introduced with, is the two characters. And then you're introduced after that with the rest of the characters from the TV series.
We got the big pirate crew.
Yes. So you've got all of them, and then it kind of that. They had to put it in a nutshell to explain like 13 episodes into 15 minutes.
Yeah. I love that opening scene. How you're following what's Nathan Fillion's character's name?
Mal.
How you're following Mal throughout the whole ship, and it's like one long cut, and you're seeing all the other all the other
They had
characters.
to rebuild that.
I thought that was well done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we got the basic plot line. We've got some good guys. We got some bad guys. What are your thoughts on the film? Do you like this film?
Oh, I absolutely love this film.
Why do you love it? Why do you love it? Why do you love it so much?
One, because at the time, it was like one of the first films that came off of a TV series, and they would give us little chunks of Firefly coming back. So that's one of the things. So I probably saw the film bigger than what it actually was compared to other people. So that's why I was kind of wanting to know your opinion because of how the movie was. But I love the action scenes, and then just the funny isms that everybody brought to it, just the one-liners. And also, since back in the future, it's the English and the Chinese. That's the language that was popular.
Being used,
and so every time they cussed was always in Chinese. So you pick up all of these, and they're just crazy little cuss things that they would have, about somebody being a taco's mama or something like this, and you're just like, what in the world does that have to do with anything? But that was in Chinese.
Jamie, do you agree with Tanaka here?
Yeah, I really liked the movie. I didn't know much about Firefly overall before I watched it, just what I'd heard from other fans of the series and things like that. But I really liked the movie on its own, and it in a weird roundabout sort of way, it helped me enjoy the series maybe more than I would have if I had just watched it at the beginning. Because I like stuff that's different, and even at the time, that was something that was pretty different. It was because they've used the term space western before to describe other movies or even TV series, and it doesn't really fit. This really fit. That's what it played like and felt like when you watched it. To me, was a space western. It's like, because there was just enough about the sci-fi and the spaceships and outer space. There was just enough of that in there, to make it accessible for people that were into other sci-fi, whether it's Asimov or Bradbury or whoever, and then the Western element was pretty cool too, the way they just tied it all together. The people still using wagons on these planets far away from Earth and things like that. So I enjoyed it.
So the film was a moderate hit, but it still has a cult following. It still has people like Tanaka picketing, saying, we want more, we want more.
Yeah.
Are we going to see more?
Well, he said that Joss said when he was done with the Avengers that there is a good chance that he would do a reboot.
And he's done with the Avengers.
So
what do we? So
I wouldn't care if he put other characters in there and just did 20 years down the road. That wouldn't bother me because all of these characters are big, huge stars now.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that, just as long as they bring back.
So you just you like the essence of the product more than the characters.
I mean, because the Reavers, just the whole storyline of the Reavers, and it's.
You want to see more.
So fascinated.
You want to see more.
Yes,
you want to see spin-offs, man. You want Serenity: The Next Generation, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, coming up after the break, we're going to review Bottle Shock. That's next on Today's Talk 930 KWOC.